Hey, mambo italiano. Hey, hold on one second, guys. Forget it. I'll just leave it. I just don't want to leave this here. Oh, my Lanta. Whee! Okay. Holy hot dog. Bark, bark, bark. What is it, Lassie? What? Jay is trapped by a tripod. So remember when I had my eye issue? Look, you can see everything. I like this. When I had my eye issue, the doctor told me I had to get some blue lens little humdinger thingamajiggies. So that's what I did. Man, today's a whirlwind. So literally, as I was going live, I get a phone call. Hey, guess what? Your order for delivery is going to be there in 2 minutes. So whatever. It is what it is. We'll leave it the way it is. And that's all she wrote. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in the background. I'm drinking a beautifully designed margarita. It's actually Costco pre-made margarita. It's delicious. But we've got a lot of stuff to go over because a lot of stuff has changed since last week. And I may need some help from everyone. So give me one moment. Let me remove this tripod and then we'll go from there. Maybe I'll get some better lighting. Maybe that should be nice. Hold on one second. By the way, does anybody know where to get buffalo head cichlids? And go. Buffalo head cichlids. Where to get them, how to get them, why to get them. Oh, I think this would be good. Let's see how it looks. Ah, there we go. That's a little bright, but what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Got a little twisty knob here. We can turn down the brightness. All right. Whew. What does it say? Are you calm this week? No. Yeah, a lot going on. So I'll kind of give you what you're seeing behind the scenes. So I am filming. So I'll show you this. Got a new camera, huh? Sony A6600. Thank you, Slim Jim, a whiskey guy. Work was fantastic. So when I got picked up, I sound like an athlete. When I took the position with Sicce, I wasn't really going to be doing any videos. I was just going to be doing some social media and traveling, doing a lot of work, but then a lot of other things happened. Long story short, I simply asked them, hey, is there a possibility that if you guys want me to do some videos that you could, you know, maybe give me a camera? So if you know me, I'm not one to even ask any of that. And long story short, they said, look, we want you to have the camera. We want you to be familiar with it. So we don't want necessarily to own it. We want you to own it. So get what you need and we'll work something out as time goes on. And basically, Sicce has provided me the abilities to get equipment that I would have never had an opportunity to get. And they're working with me in ways most companies wouldn't even work with you. So it's really, really cool. Anyone help me with fin splitting, please? If you've got African cichlids, Lawrence, is it African cichlids? Fish room fever. Can you guys see the new aquarium right there? No! Yeah. So I'm actually blocking light with the banner because I've been filming, doing an unboxing. Listen. So I was unboxing this hot rod. It's good for up to 135 gallons. Dang, I'm good. And it's canister filter, comes with everything. All I did was film the unboxing, the components, and that's it. And I will be legit unboxing this on my channel. Now keep in mind, it's kind of biased in a way because, well, I work for this company. However, I wouldn't be doing myself any justice if I didn't actually review this from the way I've reviewed Sun, Fluval, Philstar, Penplex, you name it, I've done that review. And this is going to be done the same way. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to give you the wins and the losses with this filter. But long story short, just filming. It actually looks kind of sexy though, right? I would keep that out of the aquarium. Like, ooh, look at me on camera. Ooh. So it's pretty cool. And I'll be doing that. I don't know when I'm going to be doing that. You know what? Matter of fact, maybe that'll come out Sunday. I'll film that in the morning or something like that. And we'll figure it out. So it'll be out Sunday. It is a whale. This is the Whale 500. So what else has happened? I showed you that light, right? I showed you that light last week. I got the camera in, been utilizing it. I got this really cool tripod as well. Look at this thing. It's super light. I love it for travel. So just getting equipment that I ultimately wanted, but needed as well to complete the job that I'm trying to complete. And what has been really neat is I did the first video and edited it, and I wasn't happy with one piece, and I sent it to Italy via carrier pigeon, and immediately came back and said, absolutely love it. I broke expectations, broke my own expectations on how I edited. I was like, holy cow, guy, you're becoming okay at this thing. But there was a piece in the middle that I was struggling with, and ultimately I needed another lens. And I won't buy that lens right now. There's no way I can afford that lens. It's like $800. I can get it used maybe $550. I cannot afford to spend money on something like that. There's just no way. Absolutely not. So I'm utilizing some other stuff. Yeah, Q Aquatics. It's a 10-18 millimeter E-mount Sony lens. It'll give me the ability to do really wide shots, like really fantastic wide shots. I just can't. Not paying it. No, not doing it. But I did pick up this Waterbox 2418 today from the Fish Gallery. I don't know if they make that stand anymore, but it's like a white oak with a little bit of tan. So Neptunian cube. Do you guys see? Seriously, look at that. Scaped in all of its glory. If you watch the video from Sunday, you'll know, and I'm going to walk over and show you. This was like white. Ooh, sexy legs. This was like whitish gray. Completely changed that. And I got to say, I crushed some Sarayu stone, just mashed it, took the powder, some clear silicone, and and I put it, just dabbed it on there, added some rocks so it looks really cool. And then on the back, it looks like the rocks are breaking. I am freaking excited to get that aquarium up and running. I got to get water in it. There's so much to do on a daily basis. You can also look into some old automatic lenses from Minolta. They will work on a Sony SLR. It's a mirrorless camera. It's not a full frame camera. Ultimately, that's the lens I need to do everything that I want to do and to have it as crisp as I want it. I appreciate it, Chewy, and I've looked at that. I've thought about getting the Sigma. I think it's 16 millimeter, but I have an 18-135 on it now, and it's just not wide enough for these like close personal style shots. And so I've got to go down, and I can get a pancake, but no, because I have to manually zoom, and doing that on video when I'm not there and I'm showing something, it's not cool. So ultimately, yeah, KG Cichlids, what's happening, bruh? Thank you very much, Candy, for taking time out of your day, all of the time, to do this. Brendan Mack, that better be a saltwater tank. This is actually, you guys are going to be like, you're a jerk. You're a jerk. So, L. This aquarium was picked up specifically for shooting installation videos of product for Sicce. After I'm completed with those, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in terms of of what I'm going to put in there. I really don't. Maybe I'll run a canister, or maybe I'll do a whole e-shops type thing. Oh man, Fish Room Fever, I really appreciate that. Lens Fun Startup. You know, I've never asked anybody for money on this stuff. And it's not that I don't think people should, it's just something about it for me. Okay, so thank you, but I appreciate it wholeheartedly. I had somebody start a GoFundMe a long time ago before I started NorthFinUSA, like right away. And him and I chatted about it, and I said, hey, let's take it down. Let's, you know, I appreciate what you're doing, but it's just, I got to grind this out myself. And I mean, to see you guys come in right now, you know, tossing me some change to pay the penny for that lens it means a lot. But today, I'm kind of in that zone of aquarium keeping where I feel like I'm flourishing, like I've hit, and this is not me being cocky, it's not me being conceited. Like, I was actually talking to Jimmy today, and I said, hey, can I show you this scape? And he's like, dude, already seen it. I love it. And I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm hitting this, like, with my design, my creativity, like my editing. Like I finish editing and I watch it back, and I'm, you know, granted, I know you can't see it right now, but it's, to me, it's amazing. You're like, I did that. That is what I'm talking about. And then, you know, you contact stores and you find out how they're doing, and you're doing live videos, and I'm connecting with other folks. And it's just, I feel like I'm hitting another level of everything. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Chris Biggs, that scape is crazy badass. I really can't wait to see your spirit fish enjoying it. So that's just funny, Chris. This is actually Tanganyika. This is not the Congo River Basin. I will film, I guess I'll film there Sunday, and you can see it. And yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. So that doesn't have any substrate in it. I keep saying I'm going to put it in there, but literally it's like sun up to sundown, I'm working, and then sundown, I'm focusing on making these videos for it. I got plants on the ground, pants on the ground, pants on the ground, because I haven't put the banner away because I've been filming during the day trying to get it all going on. Greetings from Italy. Buongiorno. Or I could say what? I can say ciao, right? Ciao. I'm learning Italian because ultimately I work with a company that is Italian based, and I like to understand their culture more than what I already know. I took Italian one time in high school, like one time, not one class, but 1 year. And I decided Spanish was better, so I took Spanish 2 years and Spanish 1 year. Do you know that I got a bad grade? Check this out. The Spanish teacher, Señorita Lopez, who then became Señora Guerrera, we had to write this like paragraph in Spanish. Wow, God, thank you very much for all the super chats. I do greatly appreciate it. Rachel O'Leary, folks. Rachel O'Leary. Hold on, Rach. It's coming. It's coming, Rachel. Where was I? So I have to write a paragraph in Spanish. Wow, why did I do that? Come on, man. Like, I need to get my haircut. So I had to write a paragraph in Spanish. Had no idea what I was doing. I sucked at school, and it was application. I didn't apply myself. This is very personal. I'm going to the bathroom, and I look down, and there happens to be instructions on how to wash my underwears in Espanol. So I expanded that for my for the test. Man, that did not go over well. But as you can see, I've been like this since day one. I was just going to say, let Rachel cut it. I'd have to go all the way to where she lives. Bick it, and then you don't have to worry about it. Absolutely not. I had my head cut one time when I first joined the Navy, and let's just say I I didn't look right. So I am thankful that I have hair, but look at it. Okay, I want you to see something. Nobody believes me. And we're off topic, but this is still fun. Do you see this colic? Like, why does my hair do that? Here it's fine. Like it's kind of doing its thing. I've got, the natural swirly swirl here, but my cowlick, it's like right here. You see it? It's just puffy. So where was I at? Yeah, so the Congo River Basin tank, I don't have substrate. I've been working like a madman, but I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm not even like mad, like, oh, I gotta work now. It's COVID's put me in this weird thing, and I'm learning products better than I've learned them. I get to do these things, and it's super fun. Jay, did you know I have your old Oscar? I named him Jay. Are you serious? Is it from Aquatic Experience? Do me a favor, post it and tag me. I had no idea. That's freaking awesome. What do you think about Brady leaving the Patriots? Okay, so as you know, Wednesdays are about anything. Nothing's off limits. You can ask me whatever you want. I'll get to that in a moment. Salon's open here Monday. I got mine cut yesterday. Rachel is closer than Montana. I don't know. Depends on the drive. I wouldn't fly. Most don't realize I'm not a fan of flying. If I can drive somewhere, I'm going to do it. I shave most of my head because it's all cowlicks. So, hola, ¿cómo está, Jay? Más o menos, ¿y tú? So, actually, no, muy bien. Muy bien, my brother, my hermano. But Tom Brady leaving the Patriots is just somebody that he's did what he needed to do. He's done everything to the T and the Tom. And he's now with another team that, I mean, no offense, they're not going to the playoffs, regardless of who they pick up, whether it's Gronkowski and other folks. They're just not going to do it. And I see him retiring back as a Patriot, to be honest with you. I see him doing 1 year with Tampa Bay, coming back to the Patriots and retiring as a Patriot. You heard it here first. The drama of the New England Patriots. It's like anything. It's the drama with anybody who's always in the limelight. Like if I had 17 trillion subscribers, I could pick my nose and it would make a headline. It's just kind of silly. I know they picked up Gronk from retirement. The Patriots did it on purpose. They do different haircuts in Alberta, Canada, Rachel, during this time period with hockey sticks. True story. Really? Like, do they hold a hockey stick up and shave it? What are my thoughts on purple rose queen cichlids? What? Is that a thing? Every rose has its own. Every cowboy sing. I mean, I didn't know there was such thing as a purple rose queen cichlid. I learn something new every day. Can somebody tell me where it's from? I would love to know. I went to a fast food drive-thru and they taped the debit machine to a hockey stick. Yes, on CBS News Today, hockey stick haircuts. Oh, pretty sweet. I'm not going to Google it. You know what? Okay, fine. I'll Google it. Purple. I mean, honestly, has anybody ever heard of this? Purple rose queen cichlid. Well, that's why I've never heard of it. Because I would not keep that mean thing. It's really pretty, actually. Has anybody? It's a red devil, right? Is this where they got the all jacked up red devil? Did they pull it from this fish? Like the ones that can't close their mouth are like. Purple rose. Yeah, I've never. Somebody's saying it's a hybrid. I mean, oh yeah, it is. It says Amphilophus, Citronellus, and Vieja. So that's why I wouldn't know. So I'm sorry I lost your question. I apologize. Jay, I like Northfin food. It's not very common in Italy. Well, we'll have to figure that out, Marco. It's a large South American cichlid. It's mean as all get out. Got to run. Have a good. You too, Rachel. Thank you for stopping by. So I whipped out these books that I had because I had a lot of cichlid books, but life transitions, and they're gone. Not all of them, but some of them are gone. Pretty crappy. Yeah. But anyways, so I'm looking through this because I'm picking out fish for this. I don't know if you remember, but I had an aquarium that I drove to Iowa. Those fish are going to go back here. So there's a friend of mine here named Sean Pierce, and fantastic. He kept them, a couple died off, and then some are breeding, and it's freaking awesome. So I'm going to get those, and then I'm going to add a few, but I want to try to do it around the same time. No scotch today. No bourbon, no whiskey. Margarita time, baby. What's up with all the empty tanks? So I'll explain that in a minute because I have a lot of empty tanks right now. Yes, this tank is lush. So I'm looking through this. There's the Tanganyikan Aquarium. Lake Tanganyika, in many respects, is a sea of superlatives. Great book. Greater book, because it shows a lot of fish. But Odd Koning's books are just trump all of these. But anyways, I'm looking through this, and then I realized I don't have the dang Congo book. And I can't find buffalo head cichlids anywhere. So that 100-gallon out there, 60 by 20 by 20, it will have substrate in it tomorrow, come heck or high water. But I need to find buffalo head cichlids. I want a couple different species in there. It's long enough. I've got enough hiding spots once I get the substrate in. The flow is going to be absolutely insane. And then kind of in the center, I'm hoping to get Congo tetras to just really fill it out. I wanted to add one more other fish to it, but I'm not sure what I should do because I have to be careful of the high flow, and I have to be very careful of anything that decides to hide. Edgar Ibarra, what is going on? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Casper, it is wonderful to see you. So it is just a very hard thing right now. And I saw somebody post it, and they're not in the US. They had a ton of them, and it's like, dag nabbit. But if anybody knows a place where I can get them, I want to preferably shop small, only for the sheer fact that it's just better. It's better for that business. It's better for this time. And Sicce is helping because a lot of this stuff will be done with Sicce products, which in and in itself is amazing, right? Like I've got these empty aquariums, so let's just segue to that. There's a reason I'm trying to source fish the proper way, and Sicce is ultimately helping me facilitate this, not necessarily buying them for me, but utilizing, our fantastic business to build even better relationships with folks that may need some fish sales right now. So Tanganyikan all the way, rock dwellers. How's it going, Jay? This is my first live stream of yours. Here is the first of many super chats. No, appreciate it, Eric. Actually, you know what? Since somebody had already stated it, that's $15 towards that new lens. That's what I'll do this. And until I get to that number, that's when I'll get that lens. Or if I sell a ton of something. Getting ready to set up a 125 with Suns. Any cichlids you would recommend non-aggressive? Ha! Cichlids non-aggressive doesn't really make sense. However, if you're going to look for more docile, you're going to want to do it all at one time. So pick a lake. Tanganyika, Malawi, do you want to do Victoria? Maybe you want to do a Congo basin, the river. Pick something. Once you pick it, then I can give you a little bit of a better idea of what I think would be best. The problem is, and I'll say this, is folks go, totally going to keep cichlids, bruh. And I'm going to use you as an example, so I don't know how you sound. I apologize if you take this the wrong way, but I'm going to do it anyways. Bro, I got a 125. Totally wanting to do cichlids. Which ones are going to work best? So based off of some information I get for you, I'm going to lay out what I think would be the best avenue for you to keep, and what fish. And then you're going to go, right on, bro. Thanks for the time, man. Always know I can count on you. Hashtag holla. Awesome. And then you tag me in your tank and you've got 17 different fish that I never said one word about. And then you come back to me and you're like, oh my God, bro, they're just killing everything, man. They're like fin nips and feather fin smacks. And man, fish are belly up every day, bro. I know. And I've learned this over time. And it doesn't mean that it's 100% accurate. It just means based on everything that I've done, this is what I found to be pretty quiet. Hybrids? None. No dragon bloods, no line bred German reds or ruby reds. They're beautiful, but they're dingleberries. You should do Victorians. That's a great opportunity to do some Victorians. So I just ordered my first batch of Tropheus. I was only able to get my hands on 17. Should I order more once they become available? Tank is 120. How big? And yes, this table that I'm makeshifting a desk out of sucks, by the way. It just shakes. Holy cow. Thanks, Priscilla and Edgar. I really appreciate that. How much for the lens? I talked about it early on. New, it's like 8 something. I just say 800. Used, I could probably get it for 550. I got a tickle in my throat. More margarita. Jay, that impersonation reminded me of Nick Cage. I have no idea if it did or not. But thank you. I guess the problem with Tropheus is you got to pack them in there. You sound dry. Lush it up. You have to lush it up, especially with Tropheus. Pack them in there. Think Pseudotropheus and Buna, right? The false Tropheus. Tropheus are an awesome fish when they're kept at a young age in large groups. Holy cow, this sucks right now. But, oh, look at this guy. Still ain't getting the multis. I'll explain that in a minute. So anyways, long story short, pack them in there, man. If you can get some the same size. Now, if you do big Tropheus, little Tropheus, you're probably going to have a problem. Now, at a 120, because it's 6 foot, I would recommend a dither fish to separate kind of that Tropheus finagling. I went with Limnio tilapia dardini, or dardinii, however you want to say it. Cool looking fish. I don't know if I would go with that, but you can. You could try Petrochromis travase. They don't get as big, and maybe do like a group of maybe 7, and then do a group of like 25 to 30 Tropheus, little guys. You're going to find out real fast that they're just going to murk each other until they find their common colony. So that's the idea when you're thinking Tropheus. Got to run to the store. Stay hydrated, people. Later. So I don't know if anybody said anything about buffalo head. Oh, yeah. Imperial has them. Okay. Are they shipping right now? Sailor Jerry and Vanilla Coke for me tonight. Heck yeah. You should do Firemouth. Heck no. Zero, zilch, nada. First off, I'll say it. Oh, no. I don't know. Can you guys see me right now? Somebody just called me and it came through the computer. What the ham sandwich? Well, that sucks. They have 11 in stock. Okay, maybe I'll call them tomorrow and see what the deal is. But if anybody knows like a store, right? They're a farm. I know they sell, but a store, that would be great too. Yeah, my phone went off and it took the stream right off my screen. I have seen them all over Michigan, but we can't go anywhere. That's the thing. Like I used to see them and now I don't at all. Buffalo-head cichlids look like the long lost cousin of Frontosa. Yeah, but they're cooler. Frontosa are boring. I'm sorry. I want some action. Just found out Toyota is extending the shutdown from May 4th until May 11th. Hashtag bored. Yeah, that does kind of stink. From Grand Rapids, Michigan. Firemouth are beautiful. I didn't say they weren't. I just said I wouldn't keep them. I'm not a Central American, South American, huge style person in bigger cichlids. It's just not my thing. And it's okay that it's not my thing. I won't touch a Frontosa. I've had Frontosa, but I won't touch like A firemouth I won't touch. A vieja I won't touch. Uraru I won't touch. That's just, they're beautiful, and I see them, and sometimes I'm like, yeah. Shame on you, frontosas are not boring. Yes, they are. They're beautiful, they're majestic, and they're boring. What happens is, and there it goes. What happens is, I gotta change that. You get a colony in a nice tank deep, because they're found in deeper water. I'll talk about the MOBA. And then the male just goes stupid. He bullies up and he just, he pounds everybody to smithereens. And then it's just this one tattered male looking so lush. And then you have all these females like just moping around a tank, and they don't move very fast. They really need darker water. And it's like, and here's somebody else trying to probe me. I will not keep discus. If I wanted a dinner plate, I would put a dinner plate in my aquarium. First off, they're beautiful again. And the only time they ever move fast is when they're frightened. And I don't want that. I'm not into that fish. And but anyways, for the little turd burglar, SJP Sean Pierce, he's the one that has the Tanganyikans. I offered what I thought was a sweet deal for fish that I sold to him, and he was going to sell back to me, and he didn't take it. I tried to Homer Simpson negotiate with him. I tried to Peter Griffin negotiate with him. It didn't work. He's keeping the multis, and that's fine. I'll find shell dwellers somewhere else. Fish Tank Barmont lives in Sterling Heights. Turd burglar. So that is my experience. That's actually my experience from somebody else's aquarium. Now, I don't like mixing frontosa with other African cichlids. Doesn't mean you can't. It's just not something I would do. I used to think that they would be a dither fish. How silly in my head. I was like, oh, they're striped. They can be the referee. No fin nipping on the left side of the aquarium. Hey, you two are males. Stop trying to dance like you're mating. Like I that's what I thought. And ultimately that was not the case. So fire melch are pretty. It was just like today I asked at the store, do you guys have buffalo head cichlids? They're like, no, but we have convicts. What? Numero uno, if I wanted a convict, I would get 4. I would put them in a tub, and in 6 months, I would come back and I would have 400 billion trillion. Tremendous. A tremendous amount. Seriously. It'd be ridiculous. NorthFin, the wonderful Canadian company. Yes, they are. Fantastic. Shout out to NorthFin Canada. So somebody had made a comment, and I did want to read it, even if you don't want to hear it. It had to do with Italy. I see that you are familiar with Sicce. This is from Marco. Yes, Marco, I actually work for Sicce Group Italy. And I work with them through Sicce US. And he said, oh crap, did it go away? Now, oh, there it is. A historic Italian factory. It's awesome. Very, very awesome. I've had a frontosa kill my Madoka white lips. The old lady was PO'd, as was I. Yeah, no, absolutely. Mbuna. Why are we on Mbuna now? I do like Mbuna. Not all of them. Matter of fact, I had this conversation at the fish store. I was like, I remember when you guys would get in, crap, I lose the name every time. Red. I call them red devils. They're not, but they are. They're just evil doers. Crap, I forgot the name of them. I'm drawing a blank. Mbuna are fantastic. Pseudotropheus. I don't like any of the hybrid one, this is one of them, but they had like 500 billion of them. Personality of Calvis, I don't like them solo, okay? And I know what you're getting at because you're like, oh, they don't really do much either. There's like this. Threat. But in a Tanganyikan tank with other fish, they're great. Yes, red zebra. Thank you. They are just buttonholios. If I was going to do a Mbuna tank or Pseudotropheus, it would just have to be a fantastic colony. Just one singular fish. I'm telling you. Say Frontosa are awesome now. Frontosa are not awesome. I will only say it if you give me $200. I'm kidding. Thank you very much, KG Cichlids. Just did a 75-gallon Mbuna tank. So much action all the time. It is. When I look at an Mbuna tank that just has a mixture of, yeah, guys, I'm drinking a margarita. We're drinking. What are you guys drinking? They're great, but most of the Mbuna that you get at a fish store are just backwoods. They're just run through, overbred, blotched. Like you start seeing names. You're like, hey, how much for, how did I get a ruler? How much for that? What is the name of that? Oh, it's a grape platinum zebra. How much is that one? That's going to be $19.99. It's very special, very rare. What? Stop with that. If I'm going to do Mbuna, I'm going for the gusto, and I'm freaking getting one singular speed, like just one. Like, let's do Mason Reef. Just a colony of Mason Reef. Coronavirus. You know what's funny is I'm not even buzzed. This is ridiculous. John Edwards, my brother from another mother. What up, Jersey? He's in the house. Jay, just getting here. Are you drunk? Also, red shoulder severums or a colony of star sapphires would be cool. Red shoulder severums. Star sapphire. Yes. Phenochalis, Tanzania, star sapphire. And I would get them from Josh Cunningham because his look stupid good. He felt a tickle in his throat. Better watch out. I don't like the Black Widow line bred Frontosa. Oh wow. Oh, so now you have boundaries. I don't like them either. They're cool. They're cool to get on video though, by the way. That whole thing is just, I don't know. That's a hot topic in itself. Let's get some big questions going on, guys. We're only 37 minutes into this hot jam. Jay ain't buzzed. He's drinking top shelf Casco margaritas. I've got empty aquariums in the back. I got one that's shut off. I got this empty one. So let me talk about it. This one is a show tank, meaning for me, it is a display only, no fish, only water sometimes to do videos for Sicce. That will change once I finish all the videos. This aquarium, yes. Love it. Super sexy. It's probably sexier and more popular than Kim Kardashian. I'm telling you. Do you see the curves on it? It's beautiful. It's a Neptunian cube from Neptunian Cube USA, and that stupid black wire is doing this light that is not on right now. However, there is real stone, Frodo stone by Aquarium Design Group. I say these things not to necessarily promote somebody. I say these things because they are truly my friends. Sensky is a friend. I can call him. He will answer. We can talk about our dogs having diarrhea. It doesn't have to be about fish. And I was at a barbecue at his place with Fritz, and I was been talking about Frodo Stone, and he was like, here it is, a pallet. And so I was able to snag some amazing pieces. And then Universal Rocks. Okay, they got rid of my code. Take it up with them. I don't know. I didn't even know it got taken away. But Ben Dunn is one of my best friends of all time. And he is the owner's son. He is Stuart Dunn's son. And that dude will forever have a place in this circle. Doesn't matter. Always. I said, hey, dude, I'm trying to recreate something I seen in a photo of Lake Tanganyika. Do you think you can help me out? He said, it's really hard. And I know this because, well, guess what? I worked there before. And I've been there so many times. And he's like, but I'll try something. So he gives me these 3 pieces, which are all supposed to stand up, not the way they are. I cut them. I even got another piece that's in this room over here. And I was able to just create exactly what I was looking for. Boom. So Tanganyika, Tanganyika, gonna get some water in it. This will not have water in it for a while. That will have fish, just doing videos. Zebra plecos, I've already called to get them. I'm still waiting. And the reason, somebody just said this is actually my bedtime. Kudos to you. I wish I could do that. Good night, and thank you very much for your super chat. This is the zebra pleco tank. He cannot ship right now due to COVID. That is Sushi in the tetras, ember tetras. Do not know. You need slightly hazy water. No, you don't. It'll probably be hazy anyways for a while. But Sushi in the tetras, Sushi is not looking good. Just not. Just old age is what it looks like. Boom, TB, looking lush with the neons and some shrimpy shrimps. That tank always looks fantastic. But this one just looks seasons, different style of light. Light changes the mood. Fish, who puts fish in their tanks? I got a question and it's off topic, but what is your favorite video game console? Dang it, man. It feels like you're in my brain. I'll answer that in a second. It's a great looking tank. Thank you very much. What is the size of your tanks in your YouTube videos that look good, can light, going to put on them? So the two big 6-footers, it's just one now because the other one's going to be a vivarium. But they are 72 by 24 and 24. That's the vivarium now. 72 by 27 by 24 is the Tropheus Dardanelle tank. This 36, 22, 22, 24, 18, 18. I have no idea. I don't know. Bat. And then 60 by 20 by 20. I was in the process of setting up a 125 Malawi tank before the lockdown in UK. I'm new to fish keeping and they are growing fast. Can I add smaller Malawi from the shop after the lockdown? Yeah, you can. The answer is yes. Do I recommend it? If you are going to do it, you're going to have to do it in smaller to larger. It has to be odd numbers. So I would probably say 5. And what I'm saying is don't starve them, but fast those fish. And then when you get the new ones, do it at night and feed the fish right away in the morning. You just want to keep the light out or feed them in the morning with the light on, add the fish as you feed them, and then turn the light off and let it sit for 24 hours and just watch. Wyoming, what's up, man? Can't wait for the vivarium. Jealous beyond jealous. No, man, don't. Because you can pick up a cheapo aquarium anywhere and turn it into a vivarium. Man, I'm just having fun again, and I love it. I didn't lose your question. Well, I think you're around my age and grew up with the same crap, Jay. How do you know I'm the same age? Maybe you're older than me. Maybe I'm young. Good morning, House of Cichlids. Good morning. Oh, no, good evening. Sorry, I read that wrong. I'm definitely not drunk, by the way. I was in the process. What tank footprint size do you think is best for a lot of Shelleys and a few Culvis? 40-gallon breeder. It's perfect. I have a tough time with Tanganyika because if I do Shelleys and I do Culvis, then I'm like, I need some rock dwellers. So then I get rock dwellers. And then I'm like, I need open water swimmers. So I have a problem. 36, 22, 22 is a really cool size. A 3-foot tank is really good. Depends on the Culvis too. Like there's fish that are shell dwellers. I think it's called Simbu. And they look like little Culvis. They're cute. I don't even think they go in shells. So I think they just hover around shells. I still got the towel vivarium. SJP. You know what, guy? Sell me the multis with it so I can just set this tank up already and quit holding out. Also, text me. I still owe you money for coming to help me. Hi, I'm a big fan of your channel and I have no idea how to keep fish. Can you help me? Well, hello, KG Tropicals. Yes, I can help you. And what I would recommend is go to a few YouTube channels. One by the name of KG Tropicals. Not in the beginning. In the beginning, they loved Mbuna. And that's not the KG Tropicals I want you to see. I want you to see the new KG Tropicals in the last 2 years. That's the KG Tropicals I want you to see. Then I want you to check out AQUARIUMS for all things fun, different perspective. And then you're going to go to Casper Aquatics. And then you can go to all of the other cool fish channels that have lots of great stuff. Sound like a plan? But what I would recommend is make sure you have a deep pocket, a lot of space, and a brain so creative that it would make Stephen King even think twice. Hello from Colombia. Oh man, we can get some fish, guys. All right, so favorite game console. So this is a tough one for me. This is a tough one for me because I have a Retron, and the Retron plays all of the old video games: Sega, Super Nintendo, Game Boy. And I have one. It doesn't hook up to my TV, so I just have to figure something out. Probably get a newer one. But I don't really play video games as much. I have Apple Arcade for my son, and I got a controller, and I know how to play. I know how to play video games. But years and years back, I lived in Hawaii, so I've got a lot of head trauma. Most folks probably have no idea. I have documented it's 7 concussions. I believe I have between 8 and 10 based on the same feeling. And I've had PS4, I've had Xbox One, I've had everything all the way back. Only thing I haven't had is I didn't have Dreamcast. That's the only system I've never had. But anyways, I got a headache. I was playing Black Ops and was doing I thought I was doing some fantastic work in campaign. And it was Christmas, maybe it was Black Ops 2, I don't remember. But whatever one had the White House on fire. Long story short, I couldn't feel the feeling, you're talking. I couldn't feel that. I couldn't even communicate properly. I was actually slurring. I didn't know the ABCs. I could not communicate. And clearly, I enjoy communicating. Evil pain in my head. Evil pain in my head. So I went to the emergency room, Tripler Army Medical Clinic. I went to the ER. They were treating me as if I had a stroke. And I'll never forget this lady's accent. She was the neurologist. She comes in, sits me down. Here, I'll even do it. Petty Officer Wilson. Okay. So we're looking at your MRI here. And I've been a neurologist for over 25 years. So I'm not seeing any issues here. Your brain, you've got some hemangiomas, right? So we can see the trauma, we can see the concussions that you've had. But I've been a neurologist for over 25 years. It's a complex migraine, okay? Complex migraine means you have a bad headache, and you're going to take these 2 pills, 12 hours separate from each other, okay? And then if you don't have the headache anymore, then we knew that it was a complex migraine. Really? That's complex migraine? No. I still don't believe it to this day. I used to have a really, really bad headaches. So I've learned to manage them very well. There's some times where I'm doing videos and I have an excruciating headache or migraine, whatever you want to call them, and they're different. But that was when I really stopped playing video games. I bought the Nintendo Switch. I played it for a little bit. I just like retro nostalgia. And then the newer games, really, I only like first-person shooters. I don't like open play. I don't like stuff like Final Fantasy or Zelda or anything like that. I just like blowing stuff up, shooting them up. I don't like Animal Crossing. I see everybody's like, oh, guys, sweet. I can't get into it. I don't know why. It's just not something I've ever gotten into. But I've got Sonic the Hedgehog on Apple Arcade, and it works well. I think it's fun. It's great. But if I was going to choose, and I had to have one of the big consoles between Xbox or PlayStation, it would probably be PlayStation. So, cheers, Selka. Have a good one. Fan of your show, had a flower horn and 3 days ago passed away. I'm sorry. So sad, but thinking on a new project, a planet aquarium. Any advices? I'm finding planet aquariums to be rather expensive. Depends on what you're trying to achieve. Don't try to chase after somebody. Try to do you. Lisa from KG Tropical said, I still love Mbuna cichlids. I just need another tank. Well, Mbunas are nice. Mbuna, okay. When I look at, so African cichlids, I look at Mbuna as the Nissan Altima of African cichlids. Like everybody's having Mbuna at some point if they kept African cichlids. I shouldn't say everyone. The ratio is very high. But yes, they are the Nissan Altima of fish. But if you like them, you like them. There's really not much else you can say. So what is it that, so get your questions. Let's do the denouement. That's like the only word I remember from English class. You know, I got in trouble. I got, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I got in-school detention or in-school suspension, whatever it was. It was like all the time from my English teacher. I was very, very comical, I thought. And she taught me the word denouement, which is like after the narrator's hook, it's like the end, right? It's like the, ooh, it's the denouement. And long story short, I told her, she looked like a troll actually. And she knew it. She said it. And she drove a Harley. She had a Mustang 5.0, man. She was cool. And I walked up to her desk and somebody challenged me to who can have more morning detentions or whatever. And this is dumb for me to say, but so I leaned over and I said, and her name was Miss Gordon. So I apologized to her for this actually. And I said, Miss Gordon, you got a Harley Davidson, you got a Mustang, you're cool. You must get more than a toilet seat. I used it. I used the cheesiest joke and bam. There's a lot of mornings I went to school early. Stupid story. I don't know why I told that, but this is a denouement deal. Picked up some nice predators from Fish Hut of New Jersey. I love Fish Hut. I love Rich. I love the family. I love Samantha. They're just awesome. That ruler you're waving around reminds me of my old nuns back in Catholic school. I've never been to Catholic school. I wonder if it's really like that. Yellowtail ACI are awesome Mbuna. They are if you get a good strain. I'm not against Mbuna. What are some underrated African cichlids that nobody talks about but have amazing color? My watch just told me to breathe. I guess they're not underrated in terms of stuff that I would look at because it's fish that I would want in my aquarium. And you've probably seen them before. Foci are beautiful, but you got to have a lot of experience keeping them or a deep tank. I think a really underrated fish is probably the Xenotilapia flavipinus. Gets really cool. The throat's really neat. And then the other fish that gets really cool is, oh, look. I'm getting a message from SJP. Got an Mbuna tank. They're showing it to me. But the flavipinus is nice. Have you seen my flavipinus? I'm probably going to get demonetized for that. But right there, most folks know it as a starry night cichlid. It's a tropheus. You got to get a lot of them. They sell them at a lot of big box retailers. It changes and morphs. It goes from a ton of small dots as adolescent. As it grows, it gets a thick yellow band. Duboisi, I never pronounce it right. I'm going to get slammed for it. What do they have it listed here? Yeah, juvenile Tropheus dobosii. There's a couple of different collection points, but it's a beautiful fish, and it ends up being that from that. Another really cool fish would be probably another Tropheus, like black and yellow Icola. Just really cool, stark difference. Super colorful as long as the bands are thick. And that's, I love Tropheus. As far as haps and peacocks, man, everybody has posted them or has had them, and there's really no underrated ones. It all comes down to preference when you get into that category. So it's really hard to answer. That's a great question. I'm a fan of good Mbuna. Good yellow lab is awesome. There's a lot of bad ones out there. Yellow lab is the rabbit of African cichlids. They breed like crazy. But yes, if you get an actual yellow lab, they're beautiful. All this muddled down doo-doo that you get now is crappy, crappy, crappy. So ask a few more questions. I'll explain what to expect next, and you may or may not like it. And then time for Wii Sports. Yeah, bowling. And then I'll end with a little bit of motivation. How's that sound? I'll do a challenge. I'll ask every question. I'll read every question in a different voice. So here's the deal. I'm hoping to get water in. I'm picking my son up tomorrow, and I'm really excited because he likes to do filter maintenance because of the hose. So I saved the FX6 maintenance with him. I'm going to fill this up with water. I'll get it plumbed, get the pumps on it, get the filters on it. I got to do some filming on this bad boy, clean the FX6 in the Tropheus tank, and then I've got to move the substrate, hook the filters up to the Congo tank, and then really just start prepping the vivarium for substrate, which of course I'm going to get it from Josh's Frogs. And then I got to work on a salt tank. This may be a saltwater tank. I don't know for 100% certainty, but it's an idea. So here we go. Yeah, Jay, what power head do you recommend for my 100-gallon cichlid tank? You see? Sicce Extreme. Do you want controllable? Do you want DC controllable? The Extreme SDC works really well. The Extreme looks the same, just not controllable. Just plug and play. And then there's the Voyager series. But for your style of stuff, I would probably do SDC. It's really cool. It is a little more expensive because of the controllability. But there's the Extreme, which is the non-controllable, as I said, and it comes in 3 sizes. So I would definitely go with Sicce because either of those come with a 5-year warranty. Have you ever seen the difference between yellow lab caps in hard water and softer at the fish tank barn? The yellow is extremely pale in softer water than hard. I wonder why. That's I've never seen that. I've just seen them darker and darker lines and darker black lines, and then crappy breeding. Jai, with all of your experience in the hobby at this point of your adventure, what would your dream system be if you could? Man, a dream system. I would probably want to live in an area where I could do a functional pond, and I would turn it into an aquarium. I would have fish that couldn't necessarily hurt me, but were curious. So they weren't skittish fish. And over time, I would just get in the water, and almost like Camp Keenan. I think I seen something a long time ago. It would be like that, where I can get in and go swimming with them and kind of have my own lake in my backyard. That would be a dream system. As far as a big aquarium, whoa, King and Queen Cichlids, thank you very much. Jay, I will meet you at the end of the street. Time for us to both get a haircut. Yeah, I know. So it's hard because I really wanted that 12 to 14 foot tank, but it's a B, trying to move something like that. And ultimately, it's just not in the cards. So a pond would be ideal because then I could take those fish out and just turn it back into a regular pond, or, you know, a backyard oasis for somebody if I decided to move. So, are you going to get, dang it, it moved. Are you going to get a new colored TB now that TB is on a different team? No, we're not. We can call him Old Glory if you want, but we are not changing. Joe Leone, thank you very much for the super chat. We are not doing that. Are you gonna put live plants in your tank? This one? No. That one? No. Man, my live plants just get eaten every time I put it into an aquarium. And it's just not something that I should do. Hold on. FX6 filter material on a 125 cichlid tank. Anything you really want. Just get a nice bio cure from Sicce. Good pads. And I've been utilizing Max Out. It's very similar to Chemi Pure Blue. I'm just testing it out though, so I don't know. And I always like Chemi Pure Blue. My pleasure. Jay is my boy. You're my boy, Blue. Hold on. Is my FX5 enough filtration for a 180 or a 220 holes full of cryptochromis and some featherfin cichlids, or what should I do, man? I'm a redundant person, so I would add one more. I would add one more. Jay is like the guy from Broken with all the personalities. What did you say? I don't want to play with my fish. I just want to look at them and enjoy them. And why is he always talking about his fish? It's just an amazing opportunity to be in front of you and have such camaraderie and fun, especially being able to do things that I enjoy. I just spit my soda out. So let's do a haymaker. Maybe this is how we'll do it. At the end, throw me a haymaker of a question. Serious. I'll end it with a little bit of, I don't want to call it motivation. I'll just end it with insight that I've experienced in my life. And ultimately, I could play to that and I can talk about it because I've lived it. But I want the comeback of all time haymaker, Hail Mary question, and we'll end it with that. But forgiveness. We have to learn to forgive way faster and way more mature than we do as human beings right now, as any human being. And I'll give you an example. I grew up in a very chitty lifestyle. Mom and dad were alcoholics and drug addicts. Dad passed away on my watch in a room in Tampa from congestive heart failure. My mom, thank God she's still alive. She's been through the ringer, some her fault, some a product of her fault. But ultimately I didn't forgive for a very, very long time. Very, very, very long time. And I lost out on a ton of years that I could have had with my mom. And we have a way better relationship now. She's always loved me. I've always loved her. But there was this different level of respect that I treated her like she wasn't my mom in terms of communication. And there were times where I didn't talk to her for a very long time. It's not a pity party. It's just the way it was. We had some pretty strong conversations, and I lived through some pretty stupid stuff with her. And I know she knows that. I don't bring it up, but it did hurt. But ultimately, the path that she chose in life kind of geared me towards life for myself, right? It strengthened me in ways that I maybe I wasn't designed to be strengthened at the time, but I did. I grew up really fast, so I'm very hyper mature and I'm very hyper immature, and it's because of those. And I can blame a lot of the stuff that I deal with in my life on her, or on my dad, or on the way that I was raised. But the moral of that is, it was all a part of me. It is all a part of what made me who I am today. And I don't regret. I don't. I think I make, well, I don't think. I know I make mistakes and I wish I can go back and change some things, but I don't regret them. It's just like, oh, if you had that opportunity, would you? Absolutely, I would. But I'm almost to the point of regret that I allowed my relationship with my mom to tatter for that long because I couldn't forgive her for stuff that happened in the past. And yeah, we can hold on to these things and be like, well, you shoulda, coulda, woulda, did it, but you didn't. You ruined my life. You ruined my life. Yeah, technically, I didn't really have a childhood. I didn't play baseball, and that's my favorite sport because I couldn't afford it. And I did soccer, and then, I had to move with my dad, and, my mom would binge out, and I experienced stuff that nobody ever wants to experience, trying to find your mom, and, fighting on your doorstep and knowing that you're potentially going to get your face kicked in because everybody knows how your mom is. And just all of these things. And what I did was comedy. Honestly, I put a smile on my face and had fun and ran. I became a very big runner in high school. And those are the things that made me me. If she didn't do that, I wouldn't have done any of the things. I wouldn't have decided to join the Navy because I wanted to get out of a shithole of a place. I wouldn't have decided to take a leap of faith at 17 to say, I'm going to create something out of myself because it's not happening here because of the shitty choices they made. But the shitty choices that they made in life gave me the ability to see what I didn't want to become. Now, granted, my mom and dad divorced. Okay, there are some things in life that I have and will potentially emulate. But the addiction and the way that they handled certain things will not. It just will not. And so my mom will never, ever see this. And if she does, I'd be blown away she knew how to get to YouTube. She's not old. She just doesn't know technology. But I'm sorry for the way that I treated you. I am sorry for the distance that I placed between us. I am thankful that we are who we are and we are able to move forward and ultimately have a tighter knit family, from my brother, from my sister's family, to my mom, my grandmother. I visited them more times last year than I had in 10 years prior. I spent Thanksgiving for the first time since before 2001. Last Thanksgiving. We got to forgive faster, folks, because we lose out on precious time. All right. Is there an African equivalent of an Oscar? In terms of what? Personality? Probably a frontosa. It ties into the scaling. What is your most memorable experience in your hobbyist career? 2, actually. First time I ever gave a talk. Capital Cichlid Association. Love them. And I was able to give a talk in front of a bunch of folks, and it was amazing. So giving talks is my most memorable experience. So for those clubs that have allowed me the opportunity, I'm forever grateful for that. Second would probably be, I got to see NorthFin Canada's production plant. There's not many people that have ever done that. I couldn't film, I couldn't take photos. I didn't even tag myself being there, but I got to see it. That probably coupled with a video I had no idea, and it's an absolute horrible video that has over 1 million views on my channel. I had no idea it happened, and it did. So that's crazy that happened, and I had no idea it was happening. And guess what? It wasn't monetized. Probably an easy one for you, but what is your absolute favorite cichlid, new or old world? Come on. Cichlid in general, Africans all day, every day. Old world, baby. I'm a Tanganyika. I morphed into a Tanganyika guy. I'd keep Malawi again if I had more space, which I just more tank space. But yeah, old world. You have to do what you need to do to protect yourself, or thyself. Haha, you have to do what you need to do to protect thyself. It's true. It is true. Love you, mate. Love you too, Zoe. Christina Wild, yes, personable. Most African cichlids are personable. I would probably go into African-wise. I like Tropheus. They're very personable to me. They come up, they greet me. Yeah, they're hungry, but that's personality, right? Frontosa can develop that personality. So there's KG cichlids, whole deal. But you are proud of who you are today. If you are then that's the learning curve to your result. Absolutely. So folks, stay tuned to Sunday's video. I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate all the super chats. It's not for the lens, but folks started it for the lens, and that's the way we'll go with it. So super chats for the lens. The lens is a dang hefty price, but I will figure it out in some way, shape, or form. Did you get all your things for your tank? No. I still need fish. This tank is done, got all the equipment. And I need fish. I need buffalo head, cichlids, I need Congo tetras, and yeah, that's what I'll need to do that. But again, thank you very much for the super chats. It truly means a lot. I don't even know how much actually goes back to the creators, but either way, it is amazing to know that folks are freely giving money, not just to me, but to a lot of other creators out of the goodness of their heart when they don't have to. And it's only to help continue pushing each other in a direction forward. So my recommendation to those that do that is, when you get to where it is you want to be, which I hope you're never satisfied, because the top should always get higher the more that you climb. Thank you, Little Wayne, for that. But reach back and grab some folks. I've got aquariums to rock. I've got to install and do a video. Actually, let me ask you guys a real quick question. If you were watching an install video or how-to video on how to install a filter, right? You got hosing in the whole 9 yards. Would you rather have somebody talk you through it, or would you rather have somebody show you and have text for little bits of tips and tricks as you're going along? I'll take 3 comments on it so that I can break a tie if there is one. So how would you like a how to install or how to hook up any sort of aquarium equipment? Would it be via me talking, going, all right, guys, got some hose. We're going to hook the hose up to the locking mechanism? Or would you rather be shown in good detail with some text that may appear every once in a while for some tips? So we've got be shown. Come over and do it. Get out of here, man. So yeah, other than that, greatly appreciate it. Check out my Instagram. Hit the subscribe button, please. It's doing really, the channel's doing well. I appreciate it. Watch some videos. If you don't want to hit subscribe, watch some extra videos. I think 80% of my views come from non-subscribed folks. Like to see you set it up visual. Perfect. That's what I'll do. So look out for those videos from Sicce. Check out us.sicce.com. I'm on Instagram, jroll07, Sicce US on Instagram. I'm the one doing most of the content. I'm having fun. I'm having a blast. You know how to get in contact with me. So if you know where I can get buffalo cichlids at a store or somebody that breeds them, that's a small business, that would be really amazing to be able to do that. And stay tuned. We're going to fill that up. We're going to move some substrate. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your Wednesday to drink with Jay. I've got to fix my merchandise on this thing too. It's way overpriced and it needs to be cooler. So if you do have anything that you've ever gotten from NorthFinUSA or you purchase some merchandise from the YouTube channel, tag me in it. I'd love to see it because it actually makes me smile. Folks used to do it on cruises and at the beach, and it's always been really neat. So thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and doing all the Instagram love. Facebook's okay, but Zuckerberg sucks sometimes. I'm going to go do some filming. You know what's next. Holla!